Hey guys, welcome back to XDA. Today I'm going to review for you the Gear Live. This is one of the two current offerings from Google that was released at I/O that basically gives us the ability to interact with Android Wear on a wearable in the market currently. Let's check it out. So this is the Gear Live running Android Wear 4.4W. It has Bluetooth 4.0 low energy, 4 gigs of internal storage. The display itself is actually a 320 by 320 Super AMOLED display, about 278 ppi, weighs about 59 grams. Battery life is about a day, maybe a day or so. It has a 300 milliamp hour battery. The 1.2 processor that's under the hood is what actually powers it. It's a single core. And the other thing we want to make sure here that the charger, as we mentioned before, is actually a pogo pin connector that connects to the back of it. Built-in sensors, as far as we have, is the accelerometer, the digital compass, the gyroscope, and the heart rate monitor. The bands are pre-made for this. They're interchangeable. You're able to change them right here. If you want to see the inside specs as far as board and all the different components of here, please check out Adam's video that he just did not that long ago. It gives us access to the information as far as what's inside this device. Last but not least, we do have a power button that's located on the right side, which gives us access to the ability of turning off the screen or even going back home as opposed to having to swipe all the way back down. The interface itself is Android Wear. Its current version is 4.4W, which is the latest version that's been released to our devices. The main thing also you want to keep in mind is this is really based on Google Now. And I say that because the way the cards are set up, or the way the interfaces on the system is set up, it's really all card based. So from the home screen, if you don't touch the screen, let it go sleep, it'll stay on, but it doesn't actually go to sleep. So what will happen essentially is the screen will dim and the Google Now card goes away kind of in the background. And you're still able to see the time. By touching it, you interface with it, it turns on, and then you're able to interact with the cards. So it tells me my calendar events, it gives me some stock information, it gives me the fact that the package was shipped and tracking it for me, it tells me my steps. I'm able to actually interact with this, and you notice the dots on the bottom. When you see these, you have the ability of swiping to those levels. And then swiping up gives me weather, swiping up again gives me weather for next cities, and it does pretty well for what it needs for me to do. The other thing you have in here is the ability of interacting with Google Now. So if I say, okay Google, weather, recognizes the location that I'm in, tells me the weather, and it gives me the card itself, tells me that I have a 10% chance of rain. So overall, very nice, very simple. And swiping to the left from any home screen will take you to back, and swiping down back from the result takes you back into Google Now. You're also able to interact with it by touching it once, turns on, touching it again, turns on Google Now. Last but not least, you do have the ability of accessing settings. So by pressing and holding the power button on the Gear Live, you have the ability of accessing settings. And we're going to start from the top of the list. The main access here, or the main settings here, you have adjusting the brightness, which is just the ability to adjust the brightness, always on screen, which enables it to stay on all the time, meaning it goes dim, it doesn't turn off. I usually keep it on off because it saves me battery. We also have the ability of going to airplane mode, power off, restart, and sorry, almost skipped that part. The reset option is always going to be used if you ever change devices. Even if you've installed a new ROM on your device and you lost the connection between your device and your Android Wear, I would recommend resetting it and starting fresh. Changing the watch face is no different than just pressing and holding the home screen, and I'll get to that in a second. About just tells us about what the device is, and we can go in here. It tells us this is the Gear Live. Current version is 4.4W. Also, I turned on the developer options just to be able to actually see where my Android debugging options are if I decide to start working on anything like that. And then we'll swipe back. I can press the power button and it takes me back home. Again, it takes me back home straight to the home screen. And all the other applications that you're using here are pretty much set from the actual device that you're connecting with. So in this situation, you guys, I'm sure you've seen, I have my Note 3. So all of the software that I have installed on my Gear Live are really initiated from my Note 3. The application that you have to have installed on your device to be able to interact with your Gear Live watch is the actual Gear application itself. So the Android Wear application, you're able to download it straight from the Google Play Store. And once you have it set up, it'll tell you exactly which device is connected. And if it is connected, you're able to connect it, disconnect it by just pressing this button. You're able to go into the settings option. As I told you before, the always screen on was turned on my device. I usually like to keep it off. Hide cards on dimmed screen, that's just by default, and that's how it hides them. And once I interact, it just turns them on. Show calendar events. Debugging over Bluetooth if you want to turn that on. Resyncing app, this is only usable obviously is if you've ever had it where you've installed an application on your Android, KitKat or whatever version of an actual device, and for some reason the application is not syncing over. And of course, other than that, it's pretty much simple. Mute application notification, which means it turns off the notification off your device and only pushes things directly to your device, to your wearable device, meaning your watch will be your notification center. You won't get any more notifications off your device here. Other than that, it gives you a short list of what you can and can't do. Also gives you a link to go to the Google Play Store. It gives you access to, and we'll go in here, some of the applications that are available for the Android Wear operating system and what you can use. All of these applications will need to be installed on your actual regular Android device, and they'll sync over directly via Bluetooth. The hardware and the software work pretty well. Google manages the software, and they pushed out a few updates since the actual hardware came out. And basically the next set of hardware that's going to be coming out that most people are looking for is the Moto 360. Supposedly going to be unveiled around the beginning of September, so that's something to look forward to. As far as what you have right now and as far as the core experience, this is truly centered around Google Now. So comfortable using Google Now, comfortable using commands on Google Now, doing different things using Google Now, this is basically the device for you. It'll save you battery from the sense of having to actually turn on your device 90% of the time just to check notifications. If you're using the Google-centric applications, and I say that by means if you use Hangout for your messaging application, you're even able to respond, initiate text messages straight out of your device and send them. Very basic and very, very quick time saving. Again, reducing the amount of time you have to turn on your screen to be able to interact with it. The microphone on this unit works pretty well. Of course, we don't have a speakerphone. We don't have any way of actually, using or consuming media on this, because the fact of the matter is, it's intending to use with your main device. Anything that it cannot handle, it will automatically give you the option to say open on your device, so you can do that. But when you're looking through text messages using Hangout, you can see the entire thread. If you're opening an email using Gmail, it opens up the entire email. You don't have those little previews as some of the other devices have done that in the past. Hardware, and as far as hackability, we've done 2 videos here for you guys on XDA. One by Adam Outler that gives you the ability to see the inner workings of this device. And also we have another video that was put out by Root Junkie not that long ago that gives us the ability to unlock the bootloader, install custom recovery, and even reset your device back to stock. So you can see that there's some development and some work being done on the Gear Live as well as the G Watch that's provided by LG. That's the other offering that we have from Google. I like the hardware, and I think there's a lot of potential coming down the pipe. Main thing you want to keep in mind though is this is the initial offering. Would I necessarily say everybody go out and go buy this? I'd probably say maybe wait and see what the 360 does, especially since we're so close to it. As far as what you can and cannot do, just keep in mind the difference between the current offering really is the heart rate monitor and the power button on this one. The power button I found to be more useful than the heart rate monitor, and as I probably told you guys in the past, the heart rate monitor and the pedometer on these things are not that accurate, and I wouldn't necessarily buy them just for this. Workout enthusiasts or fitness enthusiasts, just keep in mind it's nice to have and it's there, but not necessarily used on a daily basis. I like it. Let me know what you guys think. Hopefully when we have a permanent method to rooting our device and other functionalities that make more sense as far as once you have root on this device, what you can do, I'll be able to put out a video for you guys soon. But other than that, let me know what you guys think. Do you have this watch? Have you thought about it? What are some of your concerns or questions that you've seen around this hardware? And maybe we can put this in as far as a video for next time for you guys and answering all those questions. Like and subscribe to this channel, like and subscribe to my channel, and as usual, I will see you guys soon. Thank you.